The screen on your phone dies at 11:47 p.m. You assume it's the battery. You reach for the charger. The outlet is dead. You flip the light switch. Nothing. You walk to the window and see the entire neighborhood swallowed in darkness. No street lights. No glow from distant buildings, just black. In that moment, you don't know it yet, but the grid isn't coming back tomorrow. It isn't coming back next week. And the life you knew ended 11 minutes ago. You tell yourself it's temporary. Everyone does. You light a candle, you wait. You check your phone again, forgetting it's useless. Your neighbor's generator roars to life, then sputters out 20 minutes later. The silence that follows is heavier than the dark. Across the city, across the state, across half the continent, millions of people are doing the same thing. Waiting, hoping, assuming someone somewhere is fixing this. But the infrastructure that keeps civilization humming doesn't fail gracefully. It collapses in layers. And once the first layer goes, the rest follow like dominoes made of rust and denial. This isn't a storm outage. This isn't a blown transformer. The grid is down because someone wanted it down. Cyberattack, sabotage, escalation in a war no one thought would reach here. The how doesn't matter anymore. What matters is the clock. You have 72 hours before the water stops. You have 5 days before the pharmacies run dry. You have 2 weeks before desperation turns your street into a place you don't recognize. Survival doesn't start when you're hungry. It starts right now. And most people are already behind. Hour 6, the confusion. You wake up to a neighborhood that feels wrong. No hum of refrigerators. No distant traffic. No airplane contrails. Just wind and the occasional bark of a confused dog. You check your phone out of habit, still dead. You try the radio, static on every station except one. A looped emergency broadcast, mechanical, cold, remain in your homes. Conserve water, await further instructions, no explanation, no timeline, just orders. Your first instinct is to leave. Drive somewhere with power, but your car needs gas. The gas station needs electricity to pump it. You go anyway. The line is already 50 cars deep. Engines idling, people shouting. A man tries to siphon fuel from the underground tanks with a hand pump. It doesn't work. Fights break out. You turn around. You realize the trap. Mobility is gone. You're stuck where you are. At home, you open the fridge. It's still cool, but warming. You start making decisions. Eat the meat first. The dairy, anything that spoils. You bag the frozen food, pack it outside if it's cold enough, or accept it's lost. Your mind is still in normal mode. You think in terms of meals and leftovers. You haven't switched yet, but you need to. Because the food in your house right now is all the food you're going to have for a very long time. Day 2, the breakdown. The grocery store opens at dawn. The line stretches 4 blocks. No one knows what they'll find inside. The doors unlock. The crowd surges. No carts, no baskets. People grab with both hands. Canned goods, bottled water, batteries, bread. It's gone in 30 minutes. The manager tries to impose a limit. 2 items per person. It's ignored. The registers don't work, cash only, no change given. People throw bills and walk out. You grab what you can. A case of water, 3 cans of beans, a box of crackers. You leave feeling like you lost. Back home, you realize the math. A family of 4. 3 meals a day, 14 days minimum. You do the inventory. You're short. Way short. You start rationing without calling it that. Smaller portions, skipping breakfast, drinking less. The fridge is warm now. Everything inside is garbage. You throw it out before it rots and stinks up the house. Your neighbor doesn't. By day 4, you'll smell why that was a mistake. The water pressure drops that afternoon. The taps still run, but weak. Thin streams instead of floods. You fill every container you have. Pots, pitchers, the bathtub. 30 gallons if you're lucky. The municipal system is dying. Pumps need power. Backup generators need fuel. Fuel trucks need routes and security. None of that exists anymore. You're watching the circulatory system of the city stop beating in real time. By tomorrow, the taps will cough air. Day 4, the silence. The cell towers died yesterday. Your phone is a brick with photos you can't see. No texts, no calls, no news. The only information comes from battery-powered radios and rumors passed between neighbors. Someone says the power is back on 2 states over. Someone else says it's sabotage. Another swears it's war. No one knows. The void fills with fear. And fear spreads faster than facts. You realize you're cut off. Not just from the internet, from everything. You don't know if your family across the country is safe. You don't know if help is coming. You don't even know if the government still functions. The last broadcast was 2 days ago. Since then, nothing. Just static and silence. Isolation is its own kind of darkness. Your routine is changing. You wake with the sun because there's no reason to waste candles. You eat once in the morning. Once at night. You drink half what you used to. You move slowly, conserving energy, conserving heat. You close off the upstairs rooms. Everyone sleeps in the living room now. Body heat, shared warmth. It's November. The temperature inside the house drops 2 degrees every day. You wear layers, coats indoors, gloves at night. You're not cold yet, but you will be. Outside, the streets are quieter. Fewer people walking. Fewer cars attempting to move. Everyone is inside now, conserving, hiding, watching. You see smoke rising from a house 3 blocks down. Someone's using their fireplace, or they're burning furniture. You think about doing the same. You don't, not yet. But you will. Day 7, the shift. The water is gone. The taps cough once, twice, then nothing. You knew it was coming, but it still hits hard. 30 gallons left. Rationed carefully. That's a week, maybe 10 days. After that, you'll need another source. The creek 2 miles away, rainwater, snow if you're lucky. Boiling it, filtering it, treating it with bleach or iodine. It's no longer about convenience. It's about chemistry and survival. You see your neighbor hauling buckets from the creek. His back bent, his face blank. You don't talk. Everyone is in their own bubble now. Trust is a luxury. You keep your supplies hidden, your water covered, your doors locked. Because desperation is rising, you hear it in the distance. Sirens that no longer mean help is coming. Breaking glass, shouting. The police stopped patrolling 3 days ago. There's no fuel, no coordination, no authority. What's left is individuals and groups. Some cooperating, some taking. You check your perimeter every night. Walk the fence line. Test the locks. Keep a flashlight and a weapon within reach. Not because you're paranoid, because you're awake. The rules have changed. The people who pretend they haven't are the ones who get hurt. You've heard 2 gunshots in the last week. Both at night, both unanswered. No sirens followed. No one came. Food is getting tight. You're eating 1 meal a day now. Oats in the morning, canned soup at night. Bland, cold, calories not flavor. You've lost weight. Everyone has. Your body is adjusting. Slower metabolism. Constant low-level hunger. You think about food constantly. Recipes you used to make. Meals you took for granted. The mind clings to comfort when the body has none. Day 10. The cold. The temperature inside your house is 48 degrees. Outside it's 32. You've sealed the windows with plastic. Locked the drafts with towels. Everyone sleeps in the same room under piles of blankets. You wear everything you own. Thermals, sweaters, 2 pairs of socks. You move as little as possible. Movement burns calories you don't have. Movement generates cold you can't escape. You start burning books. Not the ones you love. Not yet. But the ones you don't. Paperbacks, old magazines, phone books. You tear them into pieces and feed them slowly into a metal trash can. Controlled. Ventilated. You can't risk carbon monoxide. You can't risk a house fire. Every decision is a calculation. Heat for 2 hours now. Or freeze tomorrow. Your daughter is coughing. It started yesterday. Just a tickle. Now it's deeper, wetter. You give her the last of the children's medicine. It doesn't help. You boil water for steam. You keep her warm, you hope, because hope is all you have. There are no clinics, no urgent care. The hospital 20 miles away is running on generator power for critical cases only. A cough doesn't qualify. Not yet, maybe not ever. You see a convoy roll through the neighborhood. Military trucks, slow, methodical. They don't stop, don't speak, just observe, you wave. They don't wave back. It's both comforting and terrifying. Someone is still out there, but they're not here for you. You're on your own. You've known it for days, but seeing it confirmed breaks something inside. A small piece of hope you didn't know you were holding. It crumbles quietly. Day 14, the new rules. 2 weeks without power. 2 weeks without heat. Water. Information. The world you knew is gone. What's left is a colder, slower, quieter version. You've adapted, not by choice, by necessity. Your body runs on fewer calories. Your mind operates in shorter loops. Survival, safety, water, heat, repeat. You've made contact with 3 other families on your street. Not friends, allies. You share information. Who has medicine? Who has tools? Who saw someone suspicious? You take turns walking the block at night. 2-hour shifts. Cold, dark, silent. You don't talk much. There's nothing to say. You're all doing the same thing. Enduring. The stores are empty now, stripped, looted, burned. The pharmacies were hit first. Then the gun shops. Then everything else. You walked past one yesterday. The windows smashed. The shelves bare. Garbage scattered across the floor. It smelled like rot and urine. You didn't go inside. There was nothing left to take. Others learned that too late. You saw the blood on the pavement outside. You didn't ask. Food is the constant pressure. You're eating every other day now. Your body has adjusted, but your mind hasn't. You dream about meals, warm bread, roast chicken, coffee. You wake up tasting phantom flavors. It's cruel. You chew on nothing to trick your stomach. It doesn't work. Hunger isn't just discomfort. It's presence. A weight that sits in your chest and whispers constantly. Your daughter's cough is worse. She's weak, pale. You've given her most of your food. She doesn't know. You pretend to eat. You chew and spit it into your hand when she's not looking. You give it to her later. She needs the calories more. You can last longer. That's what you tell yourself. That's what parents do. Day 18. The edge. You hear the broadcast late at night. A crackling voice on the shortwave. Official. Strained. Power restoration efforts ongoing. Priority areas receiving service. Remain indoors. Ration supplies. Assistance is en route. It cuts off. Returns to static. You don't believe it. Priority areas means cities, means infrastructure, means not here. You're in the secondary zone, the expendable zone. The place they'll reach when they reach it. If they reach it. You're burning furniture now. The chairs from the dining room. The bookshelf from the guest room. You dismantle them carefully, piece by piece. Each one buys another night of heat. Another few hours of warmth. You're running out of things to burn. Soon you'll have to choose between the bed frames and the cold. It's a choice you're not ready to make, but you will. Someone tried to break into your house last night. You heard the doorknob rattle, the scrape of a tool against the lock. You grabbed the bat, stood in the dark, breathing shallow. They tested the back door, then the window, then left. You didn't sleep after. You sat in the hallway, listening, waiting. At dawn, you checked the perimeter. Boot prints in the frost. A crowbar left behind. They'll come back. You know they will. You're preparing. Your neighbor 2 doors down is gone. You don't know where. His house is dark, locked. No smoke from the chimney. Maybe he left. Maybe he's inside. You don't check. It's not your business. Survival makes you cold, makes you selfish. You hate it. But you accept it. Because sentiment is a luxury, and you're out of luxuries. Day 21. The wait. 3 weeks. The blackout is no longer an event. It's a condition, a new baseline. You don't talk about when the power comes back anymore. You talk about if you plan for months, not days. You scavenge, you trade, you ration, you adapt. Because adaptation is the only strategy left. The cold has settled into your bones. You don't remember what warm feels like. You sleep in shifts. 2 hours. Wake, stoke the fire, sleep again. Your body is running on fumes. Muscle mass gone. Fat reserves depleted. You're burning baseline now. Organ function. Immune system. The body cannibalizes itself to survive. You've read about it. Now you're living it. Your daughter's cough stopped. Not because she's better. Because she's too weak to cough. She sleeps most of the day. You hold her. You whisper. You lie. You tell her help is coming. You tell her she'll be okay. You don't know if she hears you. You don't know if you believe you. But you say it anyway. Because hope is the last thing you have to give. And you'll give it until there's nothing left. You see headlights at dawn. A truck, military. It stops at the end of the street. A soldier steps out. He's holding a clipboard. He's calling names, your name. You run. You don't care how you look. You don't care what they see. You run. They hand you a box, MREs, water purification tablets, a blanket, a single-page flyer, restoration in progress, estimated timeline, 10 to 14 days. You don't cry. You don't thank them. You just take the box and walk back, because 14 days might as well be forever. But it's a number, and a number is hope. They return. 28 days after the lights went out, they come back. Not everywhere, not all at once. But your street, your house, you flip the switch. The bulb glows, weak, flickering, but alive. You stand there, staring. You forgot what light looked like. You forgot how loud the refrigerator hums. You forgot the feeling of a warm room. You cry, not from joy, from exhaustion, from relief, from the weight of 28 days crashing down at once. The water returns the next day, brown at first, then clear. You let it run. You drink. You wash your face for the first time in a week. You feel human again, fragile, thin, broken, but human. Your daughter smiles. It's the first time in 10 days. She asks for toast. You make it. You watch her eat. You don't eat. There's not enough yet, but there will be. The world outside is different. Stores are closed. Streets are empty. The grid is fragile. Rolling blackouts continue. But it's something. It's progress. It's proof that the system didn't die. It's just sleeping. And it's waking up, slowly, painfully, but waking. You don't go back to normal. There is no normal. You stockpile now. Water, food, batteries, fuel. You don't trust the grid. You don't trust the supply chain. You don't trust the government's promises. You trust what you can hold, what you can hide, what you can defend, because you lived through the collapse. And you know it can happen again. You talk to your neighbors now. Not about weather, about water sources, about security, about who has medical training, about how to survive the next time. Because there will be a next time. The grid proved it's vulnerable. The systems proved they're brittle. And brittle things break. The lesson. A blackout that lasts weeks doesn't kill you with drama. It kills you with subtraction. It takes your heat, your food, your water, your information, your hope, layer by layer, day by day, until you're left with nothing but will. And will alone isn't enough. You need preparation. You need knowledge. You need community. You need the ability to adapt faster than the crisis unfolds. The people who survived weren't the strongest. They were the ones who acted early, who rationed hard, who secured water on day 1, who built alliances on day 3, who accepted the new reality on day 5, the ones who waited, who hoped, who assumed rescue was coming. They struggled. They suffered. Some didn't make it. You don't survive a prolonged blackout by being tough. You survive by being ready before it starts, by understanding that every system you rely on is fragile, That electricity isn't guaranteed, that water isn't infinite, that food runs out, that help is slow, that you are, in the end, responsible for yourself. The lights are on now, but they'll go out again. Maybe next month, maybe next year, maybe in a decade, it doesn't matter. What matters is what you do in the time between. Do you prepare? Do you learn? Do you stockpile the essentials and train yourself to live without comfort? Or do you go back to sleep, back to convenience, back to assuming someone else will save you? Because when the grid fails again, and it will, survival won't belong to the lucky. It'll belong to the ready. And the ready start today.